this sounds like a cop-out, but maybe it's the fact that, you know, I never really received a lot of advice. For instance, my parents never steered me in any one direction and always allowed me to, you know, choose my own path, and then, you know, gave me, I wouldn't even say my parents gave me permission, because they instilled in me a sense that I didn't even need permission from anybody. And again, they never really pushed me to do any one thing. As difficult as that was for parents who have kids who are artists, you know, they want you know, some kind of stability for your kids, I guess. So there was always some anxiety, I think, but the fact that they never really pushed me or even really kind of gave me advice, maybe, I don't know, in some way that's the best advice, to not give advice. I don't know if that's really the answer. Because I think a lot of young people in any field are seeking that permission. You know, whether it's from a gallery and an invitation to do a show, or permission from, you know, you should be just making your work because you need to make it, and then, you know, figure out how to share it, whether that means putting on your own show or whatever. It's, yeah, you just don't need permission from anybody to do anything you want. And actually, I think re-understanding that, for me, was a bit of a breakthrough. At the end of the 90s, I moved to New York again. I moved to New York in 1994, and I had just come out of this design program, and I had to make money, of course. So I did a lot of things in the music industry, posters and flyers, and music packaging, and singles, and 12 inches, and a lot of record cover design, and also a lot of like logos and icons. While I was still making paintings, and I was pursuing both in parallel, and I would have, of course, friends and people over to the studio who would see all these things I've been making and respond very positively to the more kind of design work or design-oriented work, which for me was always kind of for other people in a way I could just, you know, make money so that I could make paintings. But my painting pursuit was based on my desire to make art and make things that look like art. And so the breakthrough for me came when I realized that I should just stop trying to make art and just make what I wanted to make, regardless of you know, how it would be received or perceived. And so I started to paint the icons I was drawing, and furthermore draw icons for myself and not for anybody, and draw icons that would reflect and communicate things I wanted to share, and sentiments I wanted to share, and concepts that I wanted to communicate. And to use that aesthetic that has traditionally been in the context of graphic design made by anonymous people on behalf of corporations, to incorporate that into a fine art context and aesthetic and material, and to realize that's okay, even if nobody's ever done it before and I've never seen it. To realize that I didn't need permission, that was the breakthrough for me.